Here to play with me? The more,
get them!
the merrier.
By royal decree, go!
You can run, but you can't hide.
Shine no longer.
No time to lose.
Oz revealed by...
You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies than, well, standing here. I wonder what the rest of the Harbingers are up to. Plotting and scheming on an ever grander scale, no doubt. You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies than, well, standing here. Yep. Yeah! No time to lose.
How's this? Freeze! Freeze! Another test subject. The wrong test subject.
No time to lose.
Picked the wrong test subject.
No time to lose. Bring it on! I could get used to this.
By royal decree.
No time to lose. Yeah. All right, now we're talking. No time to lose.
Oz, reveal.
Now I just need to get my... No time to lose. No time to lose.
Nice and spicy. Hey-ya!
yourself! This is gonna hurt! Who's next?
Out of the frying pan, go! Just like we rehearsed.
No time to lose. Amateur mistake.
Nice and spicy. Odds reveal. Fly!
No time to lose. No time to lose. Now I just need to get my hands on the rest. No time to lose.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go? I have some new...
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal...
Hello.
Nice to meet you! Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler! Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver as a brother, Linny.
Linny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me? Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for... Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago?
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll clear up soon enough.
What's wrong, Frem?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very... Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comfort. It rained for longer than I suspected. Oh, it's already getting late.
Was there something you needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. On the day of the performance, just ride the aquabus to the island of Aeneas. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the opera. What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and deliver them to... I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted. And the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
No trouble at all! Don't worry!
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such tasks. I'll think of a way to make it up to you.
Oh, no need! This'll be a...
Fresh fruit, sweeter than syrup.
Thanks again, you two. I really...
Fresh fruit, sweeter than syrup.
The tea here just keeps getting more bitter. Hello?
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat with me.
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making...
Ah, these must be for Magic Pockets. I could tell right away. No need. They've already prepaid several, but they insisted on paying the full amount.
Whoa.
I can't say for sure.
Hey, is this...
Why use your hands when a machine...
But where does a big machine...
Well... But basically, everything we usually...
Huh? How can...
Well, I'm not completely sure. When a trial is in session, the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale harvests people's belief in...
So that's what its other function is? But... Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned in... Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created...
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called pneumosia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already...
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have...
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this...
Huh?
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle your... If Confrere of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine.
You're from Northland Bank.
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too! What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay instead...
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now. And honestly, but it seems that fate brought our... Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
Hey, you! Northland...
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. What?
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and... Listen to me, boy. If you want your Mora, fine.
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I...
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boys, let's see who has to pay...
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients. You're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
I'm sure this won't take long. Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong?
Oh, now you note it. Huh?
Now's my chance!
Huh. That was weird. I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I...
Strange. How could that happen?
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway.
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child?
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
I don't know, but recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring...
Maybe you losing...
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before. It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she... One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on because I had awakened it. And
But what is it?
She never explained that. But my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us.
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind. I'll never...
So you used the whale as inspiration for... So why don't you just go ask your map?
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident... But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I...
Oh, it sounds like some kind of goop.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this... Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so I should get going.
What? More work for the Northland?
No, it's more of a personal appointment.
Official champion duelist?
Yep, in Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance. The champion duelists are all-powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal... And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply... Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty. From what I can tell, no one has ever... So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who...
So, do many people actually...
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled. Apparently, the one I'm meeting today...
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before. Clorand. Huh.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
Huh? You're...
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel, so I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides, I just need you to hold on to...
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just...
What a...
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down lately, but he seemed the same as ever to Paimon. Well, seems we don't have much to do for... Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story... sorry. Paimon was just surprised. The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it too. Sorry about that. Paimon will be more careful next time. Hey, shouldn't we be having... Lenny said that the Opera House is on air in ES, so let's go ride the Aquabus! Welcome to the Navia line. I am Elfan. The boat will be departing imminently. Please do not stick your head, hands, or other body parts outside the boat. The Aquabus operator is not responsible for any accidents or injuries resulting from doing so. Also, please remember to buy the Steambird, though I don't read it myself. The destination of the current tour is Arenias. Points of interest worth visiting include the Fountain of Lucine and the Opera Epiclese. If you look to the left in the direction we are currently traveling, you will see the famous Fontaine Research Institute up in the sky. An experiment gone wrong turned new sightseeing opportunity. Human ingenuity truly is a wondrous thing. Approaching our final destination. Please be sure to bring all your personal belongings with you as you disembark. Even though I will take any forgotten items to the lost and found, the paperwork is rather annoying, as Melusine hands are not suitable for grasping pens. Please be careful when disembarking. It has been my honor to be your tour guide this trip. Thank you.
I can't wait to see how this turns out.
Whoa! Now this is fancy! The opera at... Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain.
Oh, Archon, please bless us.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much.
I guess if there are, kid, then there's no...
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Vache.
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here.
Ah! Lynette!
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Right.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you?
I see. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard...
It's because of his sensitivity to the hydro element?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what?
Just answer me.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon...
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say? Huh. If you...
Rather than worrying about them, don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before...
Oh, right. That makes...
Traveler and Paimon. Good to see you.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world!
I can tell, but you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already...
Ooh, front row seat!
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Lenny! Could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my...
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person. Oh, you little...
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I would be perfectly happy to chat with...
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have. Wait, that's not it, Paimon's. Sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude. Oh, Paimon's got it. You're...
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linny would like to be my...
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny, then. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Vaudain.
It is an honor to meet you two, and as required by proper etiquette, I will...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my...
Ah, Mr. Linny. I should say it is in fact an honor from...
Wait. Nervous...
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems... Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say...
Whoa! Sorry for being so rude just now.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so... And by the way, There's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise she may become... flustered.
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she...
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my...
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Oh! They're dimming the lights! The show must be starting! Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epicles. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have... Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the ship...
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing this... Oh, and before I forget, you never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless. But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
If we could see easily through his tricks, to appreciate magic...
That's right.
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you... But our magical journey has only just begun. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary. So, for my next trick, I will require the Please, if my assistants could bring out the magic. There are 2 boxes, and only 2 boxes. One is here. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next match. Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will... Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box.
Wow! How's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpower?
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside... I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't... If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might...
Oh, okay.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all... Like this. 60, 59... 58. Just keep counting down. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. Come on, repeat after me. 60! 59! That's right, perfect! Keep it going!
54, 50... Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is. Merely a consequence of my identity and personality.
Oh, alright. You look so serious that Paimon... 40! 30...
Mr. Linney, are you alright in there?
Yes, I'm fine. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example...
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
What's wrong, Mr. Linney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it...
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry.
19!
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long... 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10!
Almost there now.
8!
Swapping 2 people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da! What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in—
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this—
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme—
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom. Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which, as of now, we are still not sure why we found. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl— It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the— And there are many indications that it is connected with the case.
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before!
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me?
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than—
That can't be right! He was in the box on the stage the entire time! We can even hear his voice! Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances!
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation?
I just think that he— Well, I think it might be a little early to talk about—
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people. That's right. I mean you, traveler. You'll support Linney, won't you? After all, he was the one. Then there's no problem at all. But with Linney's help, our little duel ended in a draw. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser.
It wasn't a draw.
I understand. Charges have Well, traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend— Very well. The trial will be held at day— Linney and his troop are— The audience may begin to leave in an orderly—
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot outlet—
Linney!
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Good to hear. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have— Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull off—
Which is precisely why we need to investigate! As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible. Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh? Don't worry, Paimon used her own—
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette!
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't, but with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, just like... since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Oh, well... I'm afraid that would involve some of our
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured but if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind... We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll...
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case! Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen.
Huh?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, the assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to... However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere act. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the
But he doesn't have a motive!
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but...
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence. Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warned. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious.
So this is the rope that... The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler? Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material! Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a... Wait! Paimon should...
The investigation team has some new findings.
See, I told you.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about—
You're trying to help them?
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't right. Random at all. The machine picks that same number. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat. In other words, Linny knew who'd—
That much checks out.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Even though—
Linny's magic tricks were the stuff of
Whoever the this people needed to register and reserve a seat. This rope was up. Whoever the murderer was, they must— Hello there. What are you in—
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is— The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her, and we have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of a—
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us. It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Linny's still talking to the guards. I think someone will be assigned to
Whoever the Why would it... Gosh. No wonder the serial disappearances never got solved. Gosh. No wonder the serial...
I see that you're investigating. If you find any new and
We don't have too many...
Then what?
The thud? Oh!
Yes, exactly. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice, Lynette perhaps, jumping atop the... And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
But wasn't the...
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing. Oh, that's true.
That does remind Paimon...
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me...
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus, Demoiselle's various...
Huh?
Well, I am the second
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to...
No need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina Dira...
All merely trifling details. Never mind. That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an
Really? We think so too! That's why we're... But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled... Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and... Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust that...
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly... All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute! Did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Well...
And why would that be? See, Silver and Melus? I told you they'd...
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I, too, think that the Traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go... And if that can be done,
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors. Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my...
Wait! Since when did we...
Oh, well, I can be...
That's more like it.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lenny's tricks. Thanks!
Speaking of that, I think magic shows would be very popular in Poisson.
I can see that. Maybe I should try to learn some magic. If I could make things disappear, cleaning my room would be a cinch.
You need not worry about such things, Demoiselle. That falls under my duties.
Oh, right.
Whoever the Whoever...
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're the... Were you always guarding this?
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave... So, the missing girl couldn't have left. I doubt there was much opportunity.
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed... We Melusines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't... Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be useful info. We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Understood. Then I will be going with you.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable.
You may spare the pleasantries.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of, and these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new help.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back? You mean the inside of the door?
Very good indeed. I thought the back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly. All right.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the map.
I knew you'd figure out most. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right up. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which the audience member would only be able to.
Right! You were talking about.
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation.
And what about Lynette?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh.
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant.
I mean, we are twins. And that's my favorite part of this.
So that's how it all worked!
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back, and then I walk out of the other box in the audience area. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member.
We really don't know how that.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this mat. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now.
Thanks, everyone. We're
What's it? Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick.
Whatever it is.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would...
Oh! Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you... And here there's a broken vase.
That can't be. The trolley moves.
Let's...
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady. Her clothes are here, but she.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them? Ugh, this is so confusing. Whoever... Why would it be... digging a tunnel? What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been the suspects?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, this space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right! Let Paimon right... Seems we're just about done in...
Yes, let's head back up. Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the...
So the tunnel's become like a secret chamber then!
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation.
In other words, the charges are very likely to...
Charges and then...
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. That's right. This is how the statements from both sides, the defenses from To put it simply, it's as if the oratrice has its own...
This also precludes any kind of...
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final... Then, finally, the oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result...
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neuvillette called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment. Which is why people... Yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this...
Huh?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins...
They're concerned that we might be colluding without... And even if that were not so...
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa, whoa! There's no need for that!
Of course. I just hope you don't mind.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I mean, what better way to properly think through...
Huh. Breaking out suddenly... Just kidding! Just kidding! Paimon will...
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some...
Huh?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with...
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for...
These three are quite the interesting group. And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the... From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, but you ended up doing the entire thing, but...
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging...
Paimon was just thinking.
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy... Don't underestimate beating egg weights, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency. Anyway, give these a try. Fresh out of the oven. There's 3...
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite, strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit. No need for concern, I'm merely doing as I should.
All right, then. However, we can... The magician twins could have committed the crime.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was...
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance, resulting in the shattering of the vase, that perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the...
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
True. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims. Whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guards said that she has never had any dealings with the Magic Troop's members.
Were we not From the sound of things, this is turning... Your macarons are amazing.
They are my...
What? 5?
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually...
No. Being greedy is one thing, but besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach!
All right, we get it. Well, Malus, set up the stove again, if you would.
Huh?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to...
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Well...
Well, snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for. It would be awkward.
Alright, thanks for your...
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find it.
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our... Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
Where I'm from, if we didn't keep moving, we'd freeze to death. Literally.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects... Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about...
Thanks, Navia.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might...
No. We're already very grateful.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed? Don't tell me that your that was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of... But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding them... Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your... You ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady...
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly... There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if...
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud.
Huh?
Hey, hang on!
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
The House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes...
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't...
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that... Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in... The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and... Oh, good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-night...
Hey, Linny! Why didn't you tell us this...
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Are these claims true? Please answer my question.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary?
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? In that case, my dear audience, let's...
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad!
I'm very sorry. I know you've clashed with the Vatui several times before, but our organization is very...
Right now, we want to save people.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent... Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to... You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade, but still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during...
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was which should have been impossible, of course, I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it. After that, the homicide...
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the...
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay,
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are... If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna... Huh? Hope!
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
That took long enough. Now then, at this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective. Countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the Opera House. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linney red-handed. So Linney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Lenny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands before operating the device. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Seems this won't produce a particular... Seems this... Lenny went to the room that contains the aura tree. Seems this won't... Lenny did not take... According to Lenny...
Attention! When the countdown started, Lenny did indeed go into the... But he immediately used a vent to... Once he reached that area, he heard a voice. The crime scene had Finally, he reached the surface. Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to sail!
other words, you believe that he knew.
That's right!
My reasoning?
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a...
That's right, you tell him! And that... well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims? Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? What? You're saying that he wasn't?
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? That's right! Linny, this means that what the same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become...
Well played. To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary... Could there have been a third person? Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary... The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's... Could there have been a third person? The deceased's name is Cowell. Halsey is the missing person. The deceased's name is Cowell.
That can't be right. The killer...
Oh, is that so?
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to... No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So where would the criminal have... The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's... It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have come... Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. The sound we heard may have come... Linny was not in the tunnel at that... The deceased's name is Cowl. Halsey's clothing was in the... It would have been tough for both people. No one entered or left. Halsey's clothing was in the... The sound we heard may have come... Linny was not in the tunnel. It would have been tough for... No one entered or left. Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The deceased's name is Cowl. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey. Linny was not in the tunnel at that... The sound we heard may have come... It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. The deceased's name is Cowl. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. Linny was not in the tunnel at that... Linny was not in the tunnel at that... The sound we heard may have... It would have been tough for both...
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
I see how it is. So this would...
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear.
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but...
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have... The deceased's name is Cowl. The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence.
Paimon gets it! Lynette escaped. If there's a similar...
Oh, just a moment, please. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is... Must we really... Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very...
Even so, I trust the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather... Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on it. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings.
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of the rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we brought...
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an Guards, please step into the lounge and examine...
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are
the primordial...
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword... One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epicles. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely, as such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact...
You've got to be kidding! People dissolve...
Could something so ridiculous actually...
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but...
If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if... Wait just a minute. Could that mean...
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just...
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded... Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit guards. Please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence.
Of course. Thank you. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be...
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Now it seems like the hook rope. The deceased's name is Cowell. The water from the primordial sea should all... The rope that held the water tank up was lit by the fireworks. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of... Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick. Lynette was in the magic... The rope that held the water tank up... Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. Did she happen? I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. The rope that held the water tank, the water from the primordial sea. Now it seems like the... Lynette was in the magic box. I remember there was some... Lynette was in the magic box. The deceased's name is... The rope that held the water... I remember there was... The water from the primordial... I remember there was... I remember there was something else. The water from the primordial sea should already have... The water from the primordial sea should already... The deceased's name is...
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again! In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. when the balloon attached to the box popped. The water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowl would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cowl's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they are... I shall now invite him on stage.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage, and we found an identical sample.
What?
That can't be.
Does this not clear all, my dear citizens? Linny did not need to take part, having made modifications to the props beforehand. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, ultimately, he knocked Cowl out. Now, as much as am I right?
We've used up all the... Is this the end of...
Oh no. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move.
I think we've all seen... I believe this is indeed the... Now then, my good, noble...
Excuse me, everyone, but...
Miss, I must ask you not...
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared.
What in the world?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are...
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all... But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Linny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final...
I understand.
And voila.
Sorry.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So,
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit... I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me. And then, before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to...
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the...
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the—
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the... The strange sound, what? The flower vase. Seems this won't... Lillian was a...
And it, having been selected out of the blue, her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that he did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended. She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about...
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to...
Ah, so that's the...
Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish... Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have
What? Are you reading my mind? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow, look at that! She's like a deflated balloon.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, the actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, The box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision. As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work, Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you. I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your...
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just... We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable... We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent mora off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking...
And now he can no longer
Such ruthlessness.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, we're just going back now? That's true.
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Linny.
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't, but still. Let me thank you again for defending me to the end, I guess. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The knave? The one who controls the house?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you... Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me.
So you went from orphans to nobility?
That was how we felt at first, too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic trick. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to guard.
That doesn't seem too bad either.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift.
Oh no. But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person, and hurried through the night. All I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the...
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement. Father, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis' power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
So, she believes it?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up on defending our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge...
It's all right. I understand. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the house, I have never... If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best.
Bye, Linny!
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial... Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for... And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Huh. I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to...
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navia's treating, Camp Paimon...
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the Court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll...
All right, then. Let's have our farewell meal.
Thank you for